I planted cucumbers in the raised garden bed I built last year, and before they take over the whole garden, I need to use these cedar 1x4s to build a trellis. The first thing I want to do is run this rough side through the planer to get it a little smoother. Let's get to it. Now that I've got the boards ran through the planer so that they're smooth on both sides, I now need to rip them to 1½ strips on the table saw. Now that I'm finished ripping down these boards, I've got 3 strips that are cut to 1½ inches wide. Those will be cut in half to be used as 6 vertical support pieces for the trellis. I've also got 7 boards that are ripped down to 1 inch wide, and those will be used as the horizontal support beams. Next thing I need to do is start cutting these in half and assembling the trellis. Using my super fancy miter station, I cut the vertical pieces to about 4 feet and the horizontal boards to 44 inches. After everything was cut to size, I assembled the outer frame and attached the center support. Since this will be an outdoor project, I selected Type Bond 3, which is waterproof. I clamped each corner down and verified everything was square before it dried. After the glue had dried, I removed the clamps and stood both sides up to do a quick test to see how everything would look once it was assembled. To help the vines grow up the trellis, I will be running garden wire from top to bottom, so the next step is to install the eye hooks on each end to attach the wire to. After installing the eye hooks, it was time to drill holes through each of the remaining support boards along the path the wire would follow up the trellis. Finally, it was time to glue down the remaining support boards. I attached one clamp down the middle to help with any bowing and then used blue tape to hold the boards in place while the glue dried.
After giving the glue plenty of time to dry, I removed the blue tape and began running the garden wire between each of the eye hooks. Finally, the last step was to install the hinges to connect the two sides together.
And that's a wrap on this project. Overall, I think it turned out pretty well. The cedar is going to help it to weather the elements as it sits outside all summer, but you definitely could reduce the cost of the project by using something like pine. The vertical garden wire is going to give more areas for the vines to grow as they move up the trellis, and those hinges that are connecting the two pieces are going to allow me to fold it up and store it away for the winter so that it hopefully can last for many seasons to come. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, feel free to scroll down below and click that like button. While you're down there, if you want to follow along with my future projects, feel free to click the subscribe button. Down in the description, you'll find links to my social media pages where I like to post daily updates of the different projects I'm working on, and I'll keep you up to date on how this trellis is working out throughout the season. Until then, I'll see you on the next project.